Hello everyone, my name is Susana Aguilar and this is my public speaking service learning project for occupational therapy assistants. For this project, I chose to volunteer at the Community Caring Center in Azle, Texas, that is close to where I live. They have two buildings that are side by side, which are the Porch Resale Shop and the Food Pantry. They work together for one main purpose, and their mission is to help those in need through the provision of food, clothing, household goods, and spiritual guidance. This program serves people in the community who cannot afford meals for their families. They also provide free clothing and other goods for free in a room where people can go in and grab whatever it is that they need. Their goal is to end hunger in Azle, Texas. Although there are two buildings that serve the same purpose, they both complete very different activities every day. One building is called the Porch Resale Shop, and the other is the Community Caring Center Food Pantry. I'll tell you about the shop first. The Porch Resale Shop's role is to accept donated clothes and other household goods to give for free in the free shopping room for those who do not have the funds to shop for clothes for their families. They also use some of the donated goods to set up in the shop for lower prices. The money that they make all goes towards the purchase of food items for the food pantry donations. What they do is amazing. They work hard to sort through thousands of donated goods and clothing and find affordable prices to sell in the shop. The money earned is then used to shop for food for our community. They have different sales every day in the shop and keep marking items down if they sit in the shop over a course of 3 weeks. Now I'll tell you about the food pantry. At the Community Caring Center Food Pantry, right next door to the Porch Resale Shop, people work diligently to receive donated items or items purchased from the funds from the sales from the shop. They are then stocked in specific locations in the building according to the needed temperatures. The food pantry makes it a priority to serve and donate a cart full of groceries for up to 30 families every single day. 30 families receive one cart full of groceries according to the number of family members and allergies. As the food pantry receives food items, they are placed in their designated locations for future donations. There are volunteers outside all day who take the names and other information of families needing groceries. They take into account the number of family members per family and any allergies that they could have. As the line of cars moves up, volunteers take those specifications and create a special cart order for each family. Those carts full of groceries are then transferred to the trunks of the vehicles, and just like that, another family does not go hungry in Azle, Texas. On my first day of volunteering, I was trained by the top leader of the Community Caring Center. She took the time to take us to each building and explain the process of each building thoroughly. She also introduced us to every single volunteer, and she knew them all by their name. This was an eye-opener, as I wasn't aware that it was a church that had started the whole program. This goes to show just how powerful our God can be and how He works through us to help others. Everyone seemed so dedicated, so down to earth, and were always eager to help one another. My roles and responsibilities were to sort donated clothing and other household goods, to price the clothing and household goods, to set aside name brand items that could possibly be sold on eBay for higher profit for the Community Caring Center, setting up items in the shop, taking donate goods to the free room, arranging the boards outside of the building to say what sales were going on for the day, and cleaning dirty shoes that could be used for sale. As I served at this location, I paid special attention to social and occupational justice. I looked to see how occupational therapy could be beneficial at the Community Caring Center as well. The concepts correlated to OT that I observed here were occupational demands, teaching principles, the therapeutic use of self, communication strategies, and leadership principles. Now I'll tell you about these concepts and my findings. For social justice, the Community Caring Center gives opportunity to those in the community that are economically challenged to not go hungry, along with clothing them with free donated clothing items. For occupational justice, people who benefit from the Community Caring Center are achieving occupational justice because they are receiving services that fulfills their occupations, such as eating, dressing, and performing hygiene with the products received. Occupational demands. The buildings used to fulfill these needs of the community are perfect for occupational demands. The sizes of the buildings holding everything that is needed to run the show, the volunteers monitoring the line wrapped around the food pantry do an exceptional job in keeping it in order and moving forward. For teaching principles, when I first arrived and received training, I was given directions step by step on how to sort clothing, where to put them, how to price them, where they were kept, and which were donated to another facility. For the therapeutic use of self, when encountering families that are economically challenged, there are stressors that they are dealing with. So when volunteers talk to them to get their family's information on how many family members and which allergies, the volunteers need to be empathetic to their needs and requests. For communication strategies, communication at these locations are immaculate. Everyone is there to help everyone and ensure that no question goes unanswered. For leadership principles, the leadership here is understanding, empathetic, and determined to get the job done. I was trained by the top leader and not by another volunteer. This showed me dedication and honor from the Community Caring Center. Overall, this was an experience that I will never forget. Since this program is located so close to my home, I plan to take my daughters here to volunteer when they get older. It is crucial to get out there and help your community. I grew more familiar with customer service, the therapeutic use of self, and the community service in serving others. This really made me think about how we really do not know how many people suffer each day and go hungry. It is important to get involved and serve our community to learn, grow, and to love our dear neighbor just as God intended it to be. I absolutely believe that I contributed to the mission of the organization because I put in my part to really learn what the Community Caring Center was all about. I got involved and I felt joy when completing my service hours because I knew that my help would feed a hungry family that day. I believe that this site is meeting the occupational needs of the community because there are hundreds of people who enter the shop every single day, and every single day 30 families are getting fed. Occupational therapy could influence the site by adding a few occupational therapists or occupational therapy assistants on the weekends to volunteer and help these individuals find meaningful occupations. Maybe the Community Caring Center could set up programs where they host gardening events, board games, or even some occupational therapists and occupational therapy assistants to monitor the Azle Lake Run events that are already hosted by the Community Caring Center and help people carefully walk it. Another thing that could be added for occupational therapy and the Community Caring Center would be to print some brochures of healthy recipes for these families. Sometimes people have trouble piecing together meals for their families at the end of the day, and this would be a great jump start. If you'd like to make a donation or get involved with the Community Caring Center, go to communitycaringcenter.com. Thanks for watching my presentation.